In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace your rear caliper on your Fiat 500. It's located behind your rear wheel. To remove the hubcap, you're going to use a pry bar, slide it underneath, and work your way around. It should pop off. Set it aside. Using a 17mm socket, we're going to remove our wheel fasteners. Remove your wheel. Here we are with our new caliper. We're going to take it apart by sliding this out. It's a little shortcut. Instead of like bolting everything, I'm going to slide it apart and check in here, make sure there's enough grease. Just take your boots away and separate it out. Looks like we have a good amount of grease, but I'm just going to add some more. Put a little in here first. On the slides. I'm going to take my boot off, make sure it's all in between this accordion area where it holds its grease. And then we're going to slide it back on. Do the same on this side. Take it off. Make sure you really get that grease in there. We're using silicone paste. Add a little bit more. Slide it back up. I'm going to slide this back in. And as I put the boots on, you're going to make sure that it doesn't have any air in there. All right, so let's get the air out. I'm going to compress it, pick up the lip of this boot, and let the air out. Do the same on the other side. Looking good. I'm going to apply some paste to where our tins go. Just finger paint it in there. Wipe off any excess that doesn't belong anywhere else. Now we're going to put our tins in. So you're going to put it in like this, through the middle, and then fit it in. Make sure that part is there, and push it in. Another way you can do this is taking these bolts out, the slides out, and just dismantling the whole thing. If it's easier for you, feel free. Push it down, snap it in. I'm going to expand these slightly to give myself some more room to put this one pad in the front. So slide it down. Make sure your indicator is down here. Your wear indicator. And shimmy that in there, like that. And now we're going to put the other one in. Spread this out a little bit. And press it in. Everything's seated properly. Anytime you do hydraulic brake work, it's a good idea to press your brake pedal down with like a pry bar or something like it, and just let it press up against that front seat. If you do that, it makes sure all the hydraulics or the brake fluid doesn't run out constantly, so it saves on brake fluid. It also saves you a lot of trouble. We're going to use a pair of wire cutters, not to cut the cable, but just to grip it and pull it out of this bracket. Once you get the e-brake cable out of there, we're going to pull it out of its bracket in the back. Now that that's out, we're going to take off our brake hose. Using a 14mm line wrench, I'm going to break this loose. Using a 13mm wrench, we're going to loosen our bolts for the caliper. I would now go for the bottom one and loosen that one as well. Make sure you take your wrench out of there before you get it jammed. Have a good hand on your caliper before taking out the top bolt. Remove that bolt. And now we're going to take off the caliper. We've already loosened our hose, so it's ready to go. And what we're going to do is loosen this and then twist the caliper off and leave the hose behind. So just keep spinning the hose off, spinning the caliper as you take the hose off. Sooner or later you'll get to a point where you can spin the caliper off the hose, like this. Make sure you have a catch pan below you. And there you go. Set that aside. You're going to want to take this plug out before beginning. You can usually just use your fingers, it'll come out. Now we're going to screw the hose onto the caliper. To do that, you're going to line it up, and you're going to spin the caliper on. Make sure you're not cross-threaded. Hold your hose still and spin the caliper. We're going to do this till it stops, and then we'll put our bolts on to hold the caliper onto the rotor. So that's where it stops. We'll tighten that up after. First, let's get our caliper on and fastened. Start your top bolt first if that's easier. Now we're going to start our bottom bolt. I'm going to get my ratchet wrench and I'm going to tighten that down. After the bolt stops, you want to go about 1/4 of a turn. Since it's impossible to get a torque wrench in there. Now we're going to tighten up our hose. Use a line wrench for this if you have one. Snug it up good. And now we're going to do a quick check on our bolts since we never took these out and make sure they're torqued accordingly. I'm going to use some locking pliers to hold that still for when I torque. So 25 foot-pounds for those. Looks like we're spinning on the lower one as well. All right, now we're going to install our e-brake cable. You're going to want to feed it through the bracket. And get it all the way through. And now we're going to put our cable in here. So to do that, I'm going to feed it down. And get your wire cutters ready. Grab onto the nose of that cable and pull it. And lock it in. Now that you're done with your caliper, you can remove your brake pedal. After you release your pry bar, it's a good idea to pump it up a few times before you begin your gravity bleed. Now we're going to do a gravity bleed. I'm going to take my cap off my bleeder screw. And we're going to loosen up the bleeder screw. And we're going to wait for brake fluid to come out and also all the air. Looks like it's coming out. Waiting for a steady stream. All right, that looks like a nice steady stream, so we're going to close that bleeder screw down. I don't see any more air coming out. Well, there is a few Give it another second. Make sure you got a drain bucket below you. Now that we have a nice steady flow, we're going to close this bleeder down. Make sure it's nice and tight. You want to clean it off. And put your cap back on. Put your wheel on. Make sure you line up these two with the rim. Install your wheel fasteners by hand at first. Tighten these in a crisscross manner. We're going to be torquing our wheels to 63 foot-pounds using a 17mm socket. We're going to do that in a crisscross pattern. To put your hubcap on, you're going to line up your valve stem with the little divot in the hubcap. Once you do that, you're going to start it, hold on to it, and just tap it around. You may need a rubber mallet, and you're good to go. Using a rag, you're going to clean and inspect the cap. Make sure you have a drain pan within reach. And we're going to use a siphon to take out the old brake fluid. You're going to do this till you can get it all out, as much as you can anyways. After you're done siphoning it out, you're going to fill it up with clean brake fluid. Use your funnel and fill it up to the max. In this procedure, you're going to start with your left rear, then go to your right front, then go to the right rear, and then go to your left front. In between, so after you do your right front, you're going to stop, and then you're going to check your master cylinder and top it off. And then you're going to continue to your right rear. After your brake bleed procedure is done, you're going to top off your fluids. We're going to start at the left rear. Remove your bleeder screw cap. You're going to need a 10mm wrench. You're going to need a drip pan below you or a fluid catcher like I have. You're going to need a friend in the car to pump the brakes. Pump it up, please. He's holding. I'm going to put this on, and I'm going to open up that bleeder. It's to the floor. We're going to close the bleeder. Ask him to pump it up again. He's holding. As the fluid comes out, we're going to look for air bubbles. It's to the floor. Pump it up again, please. He's holding. It's to the floor. We're going to do one more because I saw another air bubble. Pump it up, please. He's holding. Right to the floor. That feels good. I'm going to tighten that up. I'm going to clean off the area with some brake parts cleaner. cap back on. Next, we're going to go to the right front. Now we're in the right front wheel well. We're going to bleed the brake here. Take your cap off. Again, you're going to use a 10 millimeter. You're going to have somebody in the front bleeding the brakes for you. Get your drip pan or a fluid catcher. And let's begin. Pump it up. He's holding. All right, tighten up your bleeder screw. Clean it off. Put your cap back on. Now that you've bled your left rear and your right front, you're going to go and check your master cylinder and top it off to max before continuing to your right rear and your left front. To do the brake bleed for the right rear and the left front, it's the same as what you did with the left rear and the right front. After you've bled all four wheels, we're going to go back to the master cylinder and we're going to top it off. All right, that's good. Take your funnel out. Now that you've cleaned your area, put your cap back on. If you did drip any, you can use your brake parts cleaner. Then you can put your wheels back on and torque them to 63 foot-pounds. Now you can get in your vehicle, check your brake pedal, make sure it's not squishy. You want that pedal to be right at the top, nice and firm. If not, you're going to have to go do the brake bleed procedure all over again.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.